everyone, we're here with another book review. You're probably recognizing this look because I have had it in a couple of reviews now, but I'm just filming a bunch of reviews in a row. That's how this works. Today we are going to talk about a book that was requested by one of my patrons. Did you know that there's a tier on my Patreon where you can boss me around? Basically, that means that you can ask me to do a video you've been wanting to see from me, or you can recommend a book that you'd like to see me read and review. Hello, Kinchu. Now, I might not necessarily always do it, but I will take it into greater consideration than, say, a random commenter mentioning a book. And guess what? One of my patrons did just that and recommended me a book called Witchmark, and we are going to be reviewing that today. Let's use my laptop Candy to read the little blurb. Actually, it's not so little, it's quite a blurb. An original world reminiscent of Edwardian England in the shadow of a world war. Cabals of noble families use their unique magical gifts to control the fates of nations, while a young man seeks only a life of his own. Magic marked Miles Singer for suffering the day he was born, doomed to either be enslaved to his family's interests or be committed to the witches' asylum. He went to war to escape his destiny and came home a different man, but he couldn't leave his past behind. The war between Aeland and Lanier leaves men changed, strangers to their friends and family. But even after faking his own death and reinventing himself as a doctor at the cash-strapped Veterans Hospital, Miles can't hide what he truly is. When a fatally poisoned patient exposes Miles' healing gift and his witchmark, he must put his anonymity and freedom at risk to investigate his patient's murder. To find the truth, he'll need to rely on the family he despises and on the kindness of the most gorgeous man he has ever seen. I loved the beginning of this book, and I don't say that very often. Beginnings can be rough for me, but like, this book, how? How did this start so well? Like, go look at the beginning of this book for how to begin a book. Now, it won't work for every book, of course. Nothing does. It just shoved you right into the action, but let you see everything without telling you anything. Somehow it was just like you gathered things so easily as you went into this about the world, about the main character. It's just like all there. Now, that said, I do personally prefer a little bit of a slower beginning, and I wouldn't have minded it from this book, but if you must begin your book at a rapid-fire pace, this is how you do it. Damn. This book is very English. There's a lot of classism going on. I wrote, in magical England, soldiers come back from magical war with mysterious magical PTSD. That's what this book is. The romance in this book is so cute. I didn't know anything going in. I went into this book completely blind, which is usually what I do when I get like a request from a patron. I just dove right in, and I didn't even know if there was going to be a romance, and there's a cute gay romance in it. It's adorable. So if you are getting sick of all of this hate to love, if you're getting sick of all of that broody sad boys, this is the romance for you. It's so cute. I was really disappointed that we basically got nothing from the non-magical people of this world. This story is all about people with magic and the different classes of people with magic and the different powers and all of this stuff, and even people who don't seem like they have magic, maybe they do have magic. And I was like, I am always more interested in a world where some people have magic and some don't. I am always going to be more interested in the lives of the people who don't, the people who are struggling along trying to figure out how to live in a world where people have magic, than I am in the magical people. The special people in stories just don't interest me as much as the average people. So I was disappointed that we really didn't get anything from the non-magical people of this world. The main character in this book is a sweet cinnamon roll angel baby, and I love him. I have such a soft spot for cinnamon roll main characters. I'm like, protect the child. If you hurt him, I will scream. I was a little bit disappointed in the romantic interest himself. While the romance is very cute, it is very insta-love. So if you are not a fan of insta-love, and I'm not just talking about that immediate crush kind of insta-love, I'm talking about the have known each other for a few weeks, maybe a few months, and they're already professing undying love. If you don't like that kind of insta-love, maybe give this one a pass, although I still think there are a lot of qualities of this book that might make you forgive that. So that is there, and the romantic interest, who he turns out to be, also really disappointed me. Again, kind of for the same reason, he's a little too special for me. without giving too much away there. The mystery of this book is the most interesting part, and like I said, the book hits the ground running, and it's like, get this mystery, ooh, what happened, what's going on, and then the book just gets bogged down in this family struggles and class stuff and dealing with that and him and his sister, and honestly I was just not interested in that. Some people love all that stuff with like all that very English, you know, oh, the classes and where do you fit in and how do you, you know, what coat do you wear to this or that fancy dinner. There are a lot of fancy dinners going on and I just not into it. I'm like, can we get back to the mystery please? Shit's going down, like find some clues, let's go, let's Holmes and Watson this. And it didn't, and it dragged. The middle to like late middle are really draggy. I will say though that you could learn a lot from the world building in this book. This book never really just flat out tells you things, it just shows you so well. It just weaves you into this world and knows that you will figure it out. It doesn't treat you like you're stupid, it's just like you will figure out this world if you're paying attention. And I love that. So I would definitely recommend looking to this book if you are trying to figure out how to weave your world building in better. And finally, I loved the twist at the end. I didn't see it coming. Well, there were smaller twists at the end that I definitely saw coming. Some of them were like, oh, there it is. But the big twist, the overall twist, I did not see coming, and I was like, oh, snap. It's this like big thing, which kind of is weird after like following the book through so many small nuanced society things. And then you find out that the mystery is tied to something much bigger, and you're like, whoa. That maybe doesn't quite fit together, but at the same time, damn, I didn't see that coming and holy shit. And the climax was very harrowing, but then the book just kind of ends, and I know it's trying to leave loose ends, so you want to read the next book in the series, which I might do. I was disappointed because my library didn't have this one. I had to use an Audible credit, and I'm trying not to do that so much. It was worth it for a patron-requested book. So I might read the next one, especially if I can easily get my hands on it, but I didn't like that it just sort of was like, alright, ended. Nothing really explained. You're just kind of left high and dry after the climax, and I didn't love that. So overall, I enjoyed my time with Witchmark. It did get a bit draggy towards the middle there, but the romance was so fucking cute, even with the insta-love. And the world building was actually so good. So definitely check out Witchmark if any of that sounds interesting to you. I would for sure call this book charming, if nothing else. Although there is violence in it as well, so it's kind of like charming but with violence. What do you guys think? Have any of you read Witchmark? If you want brand new videos from me, you can check them out Mondays and Fridays, and you can also check out my social media linked in the doobly-doo, including a link to my Patreon where you can support me and also get cool rewards, including exclusive content not seen here on the regular channel at all, ever. So it's just for patrons. I do tend to talk a lot more about my writing over there, and also they get samples, like sneak peeks about upcoming writing over there. Otherwise, guys, I will see you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye! Thank you everyone for watching that video. You guys rock, but you know who rocks even more? That's right. My patrons being Callison, Lennox, Ray, Artemis, Shelby, Zaire, Adrienne, Jesper, Ryakio, Irene, Sabby Panda, Scribbling Cat, Savvy, Jenny, Amanda, and Lisa. Have you ever heard of a better batch of patrons in your entire life? I bet you haven't. My patrons are the best, and you can fight me. That old black magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that you weave so well. Icy fingers up and down my spine. That same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine.